kept me in that interested mode of going down the rabbit hole and find out who is Project Camelot and what, all the other people that they interview and what their importance is or significance is. And none of them have had that feeling even to this day as Duncan and Dave had with me and Jordan. When I went to that conference, the only people that I felt comfortable going up to and talking to was obviously you and Duncan and Dave and Axe and the other lady that was there. I felt very comfortable around you guys, and just looking at all you guys, to me, I don't want to say you all look familiar in this life, but I know there's a lot more to this story, and I don't, like I said, I don't have some special story as to what my past is, but I know I feel a connection to all of you guys, and I don't care what anybody says about that.
Well, you shouldn't. And, it's interesting because I get a lot of that, of people contacting me and saying that, they heard one of my interviews, they watched my Project Camelot interview, and that things resonated in such a huge way, and that they feel like something hit them inside, and they've become drawn to who I am, my story, and the information that I am giving out. So you're not alone in that one.
Yeah, I mean, we're all here for a reason at this time. It's the, we're ringside, like Mickey told me, we're ringside, and we're seated for the event of the millennia here, and we all chose to be here for a reason, I think, and it's that connection that we're having, that feeling that we're getting, that eventually that picture will, these are just puzzle pieces, and that picture will eventually come to us. And in a sense, these are different stages that we're going to have to go through, so that you can't know everything all at once, or you might not be able to take it. It's like the truth, some people can't handle it, and you have to go through these stages of trying to understand exactly what's going on, and it's just a process. It's like a learning process, and it's a deprogramming of what we've been born into, because we chose to be born at this time. We have to unprogram ourselves from all that stuff that's been forced on generations that have added up over and over and over.
That's very true. Very, very true.
All I know is I don't know what my purpose is here yet, but I got a good idea, and I'm doing it, and I know what I'm doing is right, and I know that every single day for me is better now, and I feel much better about what I'm doing and who I am as a being and what I bring to the table for humanity. I'm doing my best, and I know this can only lead to something better.
Well, you're doing a good job at it. This radio show has really sparked a lot of interest, and I had noticed on the Facebook event page a large amount of people that RSVP'd for listening to the show. So
yeah, I noticed that as well. I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. And looking at my hits on my Facebook, which I never even knew I could do that until recently, and I'm looking at the numbers there, and it's just mind-boggling. I mean, I didn't advertise hardly at all. I mean, other than the fact that, I've had you on and we're connected on Facebook. I mean, it's word of mouth, just like all this information travels, and it's really people connecting on a higher level.
Well, and that's how a proper grassroots event happens, with, interviews like this, doing, even, websites and stuff like that. I mean, even the website that I'm creating is going to be 100% free. It's always going to be free. Eventually, and I was talking to, the go-to guy at the company for this website, eventually if it becomes really, really big, I may have to, ask for donations, but those donations will be nothing gain to me. Those donations will be used strictly for the website. because from everything I'm hearing, this website I'm creating it's already creating quite a buzz, and I think it's going to really blow up pretty big, pretty fast. But and there's something that I do need to say, and this is very, very important. There's been a lot of events that have taken place in the past few months, and a lot of danger has been posed to a lot of people that are close to me, and obviously the heat has been really stepped up with me. So with that, and this was my final decision was really made this morning when I was talking with Axe, that I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break for now from doing any more interviews. It's something that I have to do. It doesn't mean that I'm, going to disappear from Facebook or I'm not going to keep working on the website, but I just have to step back for now from doing these interviews because things have become way too dangerous for myself, but I'm not really concerned about the danger imposed to me. It's more of the danger that has been of the threats and of other things that have happened with people that are close to me. So this will be my last interview for a while.
Well, I appreciate everything you've done for this radio show and everything that you've talked about, and I understand the seriousness of it. I made sure to make that clear in the beginning of this show, and I just want to let you know that I appreciate you for everything that you've done and coming out. And I know this happens a lot. This happens with several whistleblowers when they come out and talk about these things. They have to sometimes take a minute to step back and reevaluate the situation. And I understand exactly what you're saying. Before I let you go here, with like 10 minutes left, I had another question that I'm not very familiar with, and I don't know if you have more information on it or not. I don't know anything about it other than the fact that it's called the Montauk Project.
Oh, you're talking about Project Montauk, or are you talking about that movie, or
Project Montauk? No.
Oh, well, I mean, gosh, there's let me see here.
What is it?
Well, I wasn't involved with Project Montauk. I can tell you that there is quite a scope of things that are done there. I have noticed that two projects are closely connected, Project Montauk and Project Monarch. There are, let me see here, 5 women that I'm in contact with who were all parts of not just Project Montauk, but Project Monarch. One of the women that I know, Axe had some involvement with Monarch, but we haven't really discussed that. But one of the women I know was actually used under Project Monarch and Project Montauk as for a lot of things. One was as an assassin to her psi abilities. She was also used in what I talked about in an earlier show about the shadow government psychic sex program. I don't really know what the name is, but where women were used to basically seduce targets, and either through bi-location remote viewing, standard remote viewing, or even through other means of actually getting information out of these people, even killing them. But, using sex as their allure to get them in. One of the women that I know has absolute, definite memories. And I'd say this woman's white, okay? She has absolute memories of, in the 70s, of being a black woman that killed. She was being used, her consciousness was being used inside of a you could say, robot, one of the omegas, one of these soulless beings.